Hello everybody, Fridays18 here, and today we're going to be going over how to get Jutsu in the new update. Now, this update isn't out yet, but it will be soon, so I'm going to go over the process now because it's a little bit complicated at first. So if we head over to the experiment room, this entire room is going to be what we need. So to start off with, we're going to have to obtain either cells or DNA. Now, DNA is actually the easier option here. So to get DNA, you're going to have a blood vial, which can be obtained by picking up blood that entities drop every once in a while, and getting a Orochimaru scroll, which shinobi dealers will either sell to you, or you can get from alternate means like finding them in chests or killing Orochimaru. Now, once you have both of these, you mix them in a smithing table and you get DNA. Now, with this DNA, you can't really do anything yet, but you'll be able to in a second. So first, let's get a medical skill learner and learn it. Now, this new one, Cellular Extraction, is going to be the main move that we're aiming to do. Note that these hand seals are pending. I'm going to change them later because they are a bit complicated at first, and I want it to be easier for everybody. So, you use those jutsus, and now you can use those hand seals, that medical jutsu, on anything from villagers to players to anything, although there is a distinct difference. If you use it on a player, you'll actually get their DNA. So if they have Sharingan, you can have that in your cells. If you have like a curse mark, you can get that in their cells. If they have fire release, if they're in the Namikaze clan, etc., you're actually able to take their cells. Whereas if you take a random entities, it's a little bit different. It's just random. But the main difference here is that if the process is a success, and entities will always give something. Whereas if the process is a failure, it'll explode. But if it's players experiment success, there's still a chance it doesn't give anything. The chance to get different parts of players' DNA is different based on different things. So like the dojutsu chance is very low, whereas something like the elemental chance is a bit higher. So yeah, rare chances to get stuff from player DNA, but it is still possible. I highly recommend just getting it from entities when you first start off because you're going to be wasting a lot of resources trying to do players if you don't. So next, once you get your cells, got some harvested cells right here, and we got some DNA. Now, these of course only stack one because they're each very unique. So if you have player cells, you don't want that contaminating with other cells. So they only stack to one. And I'm going to grab some Jugo DNA. This is also relevant in the new update. Jugo DNA can be obtained through cells, either through players with curse mark DNA, or through just RNG with entities. So this can be obtained. If you right click it, it'll give you curse mark. If you have it in your inventory, you'll be able to place curse marks on people. So that's what this is going to be. Not really much more to say about it, but it is involved in the new system, so I wanted to mention it here. Now, there we go. The next process is actually relatively simple. Although I do have to say, extracting cells from entities or players is going to take a lot of work. So they have to be slowed, they have to be at low health, and you have to have a certain number of stats that requires it. And then there's another RNG check afterwards, so it's not going to be an easy process. But once everything's said and done, you have all of it. All you have to do is find a spot that you like. I'm in this little altar thing right here. Throw down one DNA, and then throw down some cells on top of it. As you can see, I have terrible Kinjutsu. My Kinjutsu's at 0. So the experiment's going to fail, it's going to blow up in my face, not going to be great. Now, it does scale with your Kinjutsu, so the more Kinjutsu you have, the more likely you are that your experiments succeed. But of course, if you have 0 Kinjutsu, your chance is essentially 1 in 25, so not too great. But let's set our Kinjutsu stat a bit higher. So, dev, and then let's just say something insanely high so we can guarantee we get throw our DNA, throw our cells, and there we go. We got a new learner. Now, these are going to take these cells and DNA every time the experiment happens, whether it fails or succeeds. But you can get anything. These are, of course, not player cells. These are entity cells. So we're not going to be getting anything too specific. Whereas maybe if you harvested cells from a player that was a certain clan, you'd be able to get that. Now, you are going to be getting a lot of elements. This is the much higher chance, but there is still a chance to get Jugo clan DNA. There's a chance to get different clan DNA. There's a chance to get Orochimaru cell, or not Orochimaru cell, sorry, clan DNA. So there's a lot of variety to what you can get even with entity DNA. It's just a much lower chance. You're kind of getting something completely random. Whereas if it's player DNA, a lot more random chance, but of course, you know exactly what you're getting, or at least vaguely know. So We just keep going here. Oh, did the process backwards. There we go. Let's see if we can get anything good. It's looking like we're just going to be getting a lot of elementals here. Well, I guess we're just getting unlucky, but you can get anything from this, except for KKGs. KKGs, of course, have to awaken naturally. But yeah, that's going to conclude it for this video. I hope I was clear and concise with you guys. If you need any help, drop in the comments or talk to me in the Discord. I'll see you guys later.